Slayers, watches.
Watches? Hi, and welcome to the Watchers Watch, a Buffy the Vampire Slayer rewatch podcast. I'm Yvonne.
And I'm Sandra, and we're at episode 10.
Yeah.
Season 1, episode 10, Nightmares.
Yes, and what nightmares.
There's so many.
Yeah,
There's so
I know.
many in this episode. And they range from the really, really awful to the hilarious.
Yes,
Yeah.
like a bad hair day. I mean, come on.
Yeah, bad hair day. And the guy with his mom, right? The tough guy at the school with his...
Yeah, that's
we'll
right.
get to that.
Yes.
We start with Buffy walking down to the Master's lair. Yes, we do get some Master stuff in this episode.
Yeah, and I'm glad. I missed
it's been a
him.
while.
Yeah. Well, missed him. I don't know if that's the correct term, but I mean, he does add some spice to them.
He really does.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. So Buffy walks down his lair, and the Master is there. He's like hiding, and just...
Yeah.
He surprises her. She's walking around with her stake. Like, that's going to do anything to the Master.
Yeah.
And he just grabs her by the throat, and she just drops her
Steak. And she's just like,
no, and cut to Buffy in her bed going, no. Because,
It was a dream.
nightmares.
Yeah.
It's sort of in the title. And her mom wakes her up, and she's just like, yes, you have to go to school.
Yeah.
Buffy's just like, okay, yeah, sure.
She's so clueless, Joyce.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because she just, that's weird. I better not think too much about this. So she drives her to school. And then they have this talk about her dad coming to pick her up after school.
Yeah.
Because her mom and dad are divorced. And her dad is coming to spend time with Buffy this weekend.
Yeah, because she sees him every other weekend.
Yeah.
And sometimes in holidays, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she's a little worried. So he is coming.
Yeah.
Right. He's not, just leaving me here. And her mom is, no. He looks forward to all of this. Of course he's coming. Everything is fine.
Everything's fine.
Yes.
For now.
Yeah. So she goes to school. She looks forward to her dad picking her up, and they're in history. No, they're in the class. They're doing active listening.
Yeah.
What the fuck is active listening? That's not really that important. The important thing is that Cordelia is there, and someone walked into her light while she was checking her makeup.
Yeah.
That's the important thing.
Yes.
And the guy who walked into her light is Wendell.
Yeah. A new guy.
Yeah, we haven't heard about him
No,
before.
I mean, he has probably been there all the time, but...
He's probably in the background, right?
Yeah. But now we actually...
Fairly big guy, long hair.
Yeah.
In a ponytail. He'll be fairly central in this episode.
Yeah.
Because they're going to do the active listening thing, and apparently to do active listening you have to read something from a book. So the teacher asks him to open the book and read some passage, and he just opens it up, and there's spiders. Just
like tarantellas,
everywhere.
huge spiders.
Like the huge ones. I hate spiders.
Me too.
I really...
All right.
Yeah, but right before this was happening, Buffy saw something weird.
Yeah.
Something weird other than like the book full of spiders.
A little boy.
Yeah, just in the door. And when this spider thing is happening, he's just, I'm sorry about that.
And as you pointed out,
Yeah.
that little boy, he should have been the anointed one.
He really should.
Yeah,
no, right.
he has like one small role, no, one big role, but in just one episode. And this anointed kid who is just like, this is very, very bad for you.
Yeah. If he was this kid, it would be, I am sorry about that.
Sound like a computer voice. Yeah.
Actually, he's in this episode, and he has one line, and they do some weird computer effect on it.
Something new, powerful, psychic force. Do you feel it?
I feel change.
Change. Yes. For the worse.
I think they should have swapped them. Like, this kid who's playing this weird nightmare kid should have been the anointed one. The anointed one should have been this one.
Yeah,
it makes more sense. But, but after we get the opening credits, we're once again down in the Master's lair, and it's not a dream this time.
No.
Because the Master talks to the Anointed One, and he asks him, what were you afraid of?
As a human.
Yeah, when you were like a mortal child, and he's just, monsters. Nobody really is, and they do that computer thing with his voice, so he likes talks over himself, sort of.
Yeah.
It's weird. But the thing is, the Master feels something. There is something here. There's a change for the worse, like he said.
Yeah.
And it's fear. It's praise on fear, because fear is the most powerful emotion. It what drives us, right?
Yeah.
And he walks up to a cross. He has a cross in his lair.
And how did it get there? Who brought the cross? Because, I mean, he didn't, as you said, build it himself.
Yeah, he can't build it himself, because touching a cross for a vampire is like acid, right?
Yeah.
It burns.
Yeah, but the Master is like, I'm going to touch this and I'm going to show you fear and pain. And it's just in the brain, you know. You can just control it. And he's like, you know, look how tough I am. Yeah. And he does the wheezing in this episode.
Yeah,
too.
I love that wheezing.
You know, it's like that.
It's
funny.
It's one of my favorite noises, actually.
Yeah. But then we are back at...
Yeah, like they go to talk to Wendell.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they went to Giles, because you always go to Giles when something weird is happening.
Yeah.
So Giles seemed a little out of it.
Yeah. He's walking around and they said, like, can you find something about... big spiders or something. He's like, and I was just kind of lost, and he looks so, you know, like out of it.
And it's just, I think you have to best thing would just speak to Wendell.
Yeah.
So they go and speak to Wendell, and he's just, it's terrible. It's like a nightmare. I have this. I always open my book and the spiders come out, and there's
yeah, because he tell them that he has had this nightmare lots of times before.
Yeah, it's a recurring nightmare.
Yeah, and it's not because he's afraid of spiders. It's because he used to own a lot of spiders.
He loves spiders.
Yeah, he does. What's wrong with him? But
a lot.
Yeah, he loves the spiders so much that the reason why he has nightmares about the spiders is because he once left them to go to a camp, and then his brother forgot to feed them.
True.
Yeah.
No, he left their heat lamp on.
Yeah, he left the heat lamp on.
So they died.
Yeah, they died. And he feels so much guilt about killing those awful creatures that he has nightmares about it.
The nightmare is not that there's spiders around him crawling on him.
No.
It's that they do it for revenge because he didn't take good enough care of them.
Yeah, so they're so angry that they come for revenge, And
it's funny because now this episode is like fairly intricately structured.
Yeah.
Because you have nightmares coming true and you have the real world, and it sort of stacks on each other. So while they're talking to Wendell, Cordelia comes and says to Buffy, like, why are you here? We have to go to a history test.
Yeah.
And Buffy has no idea about anything about this history test.
No, but what I actually think is sort of like out of character here for Cordelia is it. In one way, she seems to like help Buffy.
Yeah,
you know, she's like, "Oh, the history class, it's in here."
Yeah, but,
you know,
but
she's
this isn't real. This is nightmare Cordelia, right?
Yeah, so Nightmare Cordelia is better than the real one.
Well, obviously, it couldn't be worse.
No, because Nightmare Cordelia is actually helpful compared to the real Cordelia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So while Sander and Willow is talking to Wendell and figuring all this out, Buffy follows Cordelia to this history test. And this is one of the scenes that I love the most.
Yeah.
Because they're actually in the nightmare reality. There's a lot of reality layers here. In this thing, there actually is a history test.
Yeah. And Buffy, she's not prepared. She doesn't know anything about what it's about.
No.
She hasn't been there.
No.
And she sits there and she's like, and the clock is just, it's going so fast around.
Yeah, the thing is, she's just, I have no idea what this is. But at least I can write my name.
Yeah.
And she takes her pencil. This is pen, but she takes her pencil. And the tip breaks.
Yeah. And
then she looks at the clock and it's like
half an hour has gone or something.
Yeah, something, and then she sharpens her pencil and she looks up and then another 3/4 of an hour have passed and she's just, what? So, like, all the sin works in the nightmare logic.
But what I like about this is that this is that kind of nightmare that all of us have had. You know, you're supposed to finish something or be somewhere, go somewhere, and you never make it.
This is why I say that it's like intricately structured. Because no one has ever said that what is happening is a nightmare, and you don't know what is a nightmare and what is a real thing, and it's just slowly stacks to give you this unsettling feeling, right?
Yeah,
that you don't know what's real and anything can happen, anything can go like with this dream logic thing. Also, the teacher who's in charge of this class looks like a 70s porn star.
Yeah, he does. He has like
the glasses and the mustache. And
the hair, actually, too. It's like Tom Selleck, you know.
Oh, no, Tom Selleck, it's much better. He looks like the deadbeat dad version of Ron Jeremy.
Right. That's true. That's better, Well, he looks awful. And he's like, and he's looking like this. He's sitting there and he's like, and that doesn't help our heroine. Heroine.
It's actually called heroin.
Yeah, heroin.
We cut to some girl going down in the basement to have a smoke.
Yeah. Alone.
Of course, as you do.
Yeah.
Yes. And why the basement? Never mind.
Yeah, I was thinking, so why don't you go behind a tree outside?
Yeah, you go outside behind like a shelter or
a bush or behind the building or somewhere.
Something, because the smell in the basement. Yeah, it's never mind. So she's there and she's lighting up, and then this huge monster appears just from nowhere.
Yeah.
And he's like the biggest man in the world.
Yeah, and he's like a lucky 19.
Yeah. And he has like a trench coat and stuff, and his face is just full of scars, monster. And lucky 19. And he's just and beating the shit out of this girl.
Yeah, and this scene, it's so brutal. So you probably like it, but no, this is too much even for you. But I mean, he's beating her up. It's like so violent.
Like we get to see her at the hospital later, and the doctor said, no, she has like broken bones and internal bleeding.
Yeah, but she'll be fine. She's just
fine.
Yeah, she just have a little bit of internal bleeding, but that's nothing to talk about.
And that scene ends with like the camera panning up to a sign that says "smoking kills."
Oh,
that's clever. I see what you did there.
Yeah. Don't smoke, because if you smoke, there's gonna be a bad, huge monster beating you up. So
it will come and
you shouldn't smoke.
I think it actually has like a bat for a hand.
Yeah, maybe. I thought he was holding.
I thought so too at first, but then it looked like his arm was actually like a bat or a club, like.
Maybe it changes a bit. Maybe he can just do what he feels like, like, now I want my arm to be like this because it's most practical.
The incredible morphing hand.
Yeah, because now it's practical for me. So, and other times
now
he's like, I prefer to hold it, like and
Buffy and Giles visit this girl, and she's just, she doesn't really want to talk. And
no. But she tells them that he said lucky 19.
Yeah, because Buffy's like, you can tell us things.
Yeah.
Even if it seems weird. And she's just, he said lucky 19. That's weird.
Yeah. Wasn't the weirdest, though, compared to how he looks like. Where he came from. That he was just waiting down in the basement at school during the day.
Lucky 19.
Yeah. That's the most weird, but okay.
Later we get like the ultimate explanation for why this is happening. And, but just like coincidentally, they walk past another room where.
Yeah, but first actually the doctor, he said that Laura. The girl's name. It's not. She's not the first victim.
Yeah.
And he say, "Well, it's this boy here." And
he's the first victim.
Yeah, he's the first, and hope he wakes up soon.
How did they know that was the same guy? Is it just that young people come in and are beaten to hell? Is that the connecting tissue?
Yeah, I think it's kind of generalizing. Yeah, because. They couldn't know that it was the same guy.
No,
because
but the doctor actually said this was the first victim.
Yeah.
So.
But it's the Sunnydale police doing the, what is called again? Ugh, I got a blackout. Investigation. Yeah. So, and they're not doing the best job most of the time. So. Right. Yeah, they probably just concluded, we have 2 beat-up kids. Yeah, it's the same guy.
Yeah, it has to be the same thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, this kid is in a coma.
Yeah.
And he's been in a coma for a week.
Yeah, something like that.
Week.
Yeah.
And then we go back to the school, and this is the guy with his mom.
Yeah.
Because we have this tough guy. And he looks like some kind of 80s reject from a Grease musical.
He does. He looks like this rockabilly.
Yeah, because he has like shades and a big leather jacket.
And the hair.
And the hair. And it's just, this is about honor. I will not let him get away with this. Macho posturing to his friends. And then, of course, because that's his worst nightmare, his mom comes over to him and just, you're such a cute little boy. Oh, you're so fun.
And and that's of course his worst fear. But people don't really care that much. They laugh a little bit, but
yeah. By the way, I just noticed that when we watched the episode now, just like before we're recording this, Willow opens her locker.
Yeah.
And inside the door of her locker, she has a sticker which says Nerf Herder. That's a Star Wars reference.
Ah.
Because in The second one, The Empire Strikes Back. Princess Leia calls Han Solo a scruffy nerf herder.
What does it mean? Does it mean anything?
Someone who herds nerves. There's probably some kind of like extended universe explanation to this.
Yeah.
But no, it's just a thing that's used in Star Wars as like a derogatory term.
Okay. I'm not really. I don't know if I should say this, but I haven't watched a lot of Star Wars.
I have.
But
I watched
just
all of it.
Yeah, but I'm
Multiple
just
times.
like, but you know, Buffy is my Star Wars.
Yeah, I know.
It's Star Wars for me.
I thought that was funny.
Yeah. Nerd.
Yeah, and so true. By the way, so Sandra and Willow go to Giles at the library.
Yeah, because that's where they always go.
Yeah.
And Giles, he has something to tell them
Buffy's
too.
there. Buffy's there. Yeah, and he's like over a table full of like newspaper, and it's just this can't be happening. This can't. Sorry, this can't be happening.
This can't be happening. This can't be.
He's British.
This can't be.
Yeah.
You know, discuss. Yeah.
And Buffy's like, what can't be happening? Have you found anything? And he's just, I don't know.
Aww.
You don't know if you haven't found anything? And he's just,
I can't read.
because that's his worst nightmare, right?
Yeah.
And we both reacted to, oh, that's not actually that scary. Until we remember who Giles is.
Yeah.
First, his actual profession is a librarian. You need to read.
Yeah.
Also, he's a watcher, and his only job is to look shit up to save the world all the time.
Yeah.
And books is the only thing he likes in the world.
Yeah.
So the bottom just fell out of his world completely.
But he actually, later in this episode, we will see that he has...
Another nightmare, yeah.
Yeah, that is maybe worse.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because, you know, you can always...
How does this thing choose what nightmares to...
I think that it starts a little bit slow with the small ones,
Yeah,
and then it's like it
the
builds
burst, yeah.
up. Yeah, it seems like it. When we're watching the episode, we can tell that it starts, you know, like just like a little bit uncomfortable, and then it's like really bad
Right.
at the end,
Yeah.
as we will get to. But right now we're at...
No, we're still at the library
Yeah.
because Buffy finds this newspaper.
Yeah.
And it has like an article about this boy who got beat up after his baseball game.
Yeah.
And that's the kid they saw in the hospital, the kid in the coma. His
And-
name is Billy Palmer.
Yeah.
And he's also number 19.
Yeah, he has it on his shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's number 9. He's lucky number 19.
Lucky, yeah.
Yeah, sure. So she says, I've seen this kid, like, around the school when all the weird things happen. When, like, the spiders, he was there. And when this history test I didn't know anything about, he was there.
Yeah.
And Giles is like, we have this thing called astral projection, which means that when your physical body is asleep, you have, like, a spiritual body that can go around and do stuff.
Yeah.
So maybe Billy went over to a nightmare world and just sort of brought it back with him via astral projection.
Yeah. So he's sort of like, he brought evil with him.
Yeah.
You can say.
This, just side note, this power to make nightmares come true is super powerful.
I know.
It changes everything, like people and situations. The physical world gets changed.
Yeah, you can change everything. And
Yeah.
I mean, you can make other dimensions. I
Yeah.
mean, it's not an end for what you can do.
No.
You can do everything because in dreams, everything happens. So if you can,
Yeah.
you can really...
And this kid just sort of did it by accident.
Yeah.
By getting beat up and being in the coma.
Yeah.
Imagine if one could harness that to just do it.
Remember if you could do it.
Oh, shit.
I know. Let's hope it's just this one guy who
Well,
can
that'd be
do
incredible
it. Yeah.
And when Giles and Buffy gets interrupted because Buffy's dad shows up.
Yeah, and he's like happy and smiling and hi, bye, Buffy. I want to talk to you outside for a minute.
We
Yay!
need to talk. And she's just, is it something about mom? And she's, no, your mom is fine. Everything is fine. I just have to talk to you.
Yay!
His name is, by the way, Hank Summers, and he's played by Dean Butler.
Yeah. Let me just ask, how many times do we see her father during the series?
I looked this up.
It's twice?
It's 5 times.
5?
If you count, like, flashbacks.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
So he is credited in 5 episodes of Buffy.
Right. Because I was remembering this episode and the episode where he, in episode 1, season 2, he comes back with her shopping bags when she has been visiting him in LA and talks to Joyce about Buffy that, you know. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
So
but he's credited in 5 episodes.
Yeah.
And some of them, I do think some of them are like flashback things.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
5 times.
He's pretty absent.
There's like 150-ish episodes. And he's in 5. Yeah, he's pretty absent.
Yeah.
He's not an important person.
No.
But it's really important here.
Yeah.
Because what he wants to talk about with Buffy, they go out and they sit on a bench outside, is why they split up. His mother and his father split up.
Yeah. And he says, it was because of you.
And he says it with, like, almost no emotion. It's just, like, so matter-of-factly. It's because of you. Like, raising you and seeing you every day. Have you any idea what that's like? It's terrible. You're terrible. You're always
thinking about yourself.
Yeah,
you're so selfish
and you're rude and you're actually not that bright.
No, and he says like having you, see you every day. Can you imagine? Yeah, I wrote it here.
Yeah.
Could you have Stan living in the same house as a daughter like you? And he's just talking down to her in the worst way possible. And he says like, yeah, I'm really not getting that much out of this weekend hours. And I think we should quit doing it. And and he said, his last words to her is like, I really wished you turned out differently.
Oh, God.
This
hits so hard.
It does.
And it's because it's done so matter-of-factly. It's just, I'm going to tell you the truth. You are awful and the reason we split up.
Yeah, because I couldn't stand you living with you, have you around me.
I hate you, and everyone else hates you too.
Yeah.
You're the reason the world is shit, basically. Right? And it says it just straight out and with like no emotion. It's just, you're terrible.
Well, he has a little bit emotion. He's happy, relieved in a way to tell. He's
satisfied to finally tell Buffy that she's the worst person in the world and destroy this life. Basically.
Yeah, and he has a really good day. Okay, but there is something here too, because Buffy, she's like almost paralyzed, just sitting there crying. As of course we understand, but then she sees the little boy again, Billy Palmer, and she's like, I think that she actually realizes that it's something weird here. My dad wouldn't say that.
No,
I think she has like
because she doesn't completely break down. She just walks with this like concerned facial expression. She just.
Yeah.
Because she doesn't. I think she's. Yeah, this was a terrible experience.
Yeah.
But I don't think she's taking it completely at face value because she knows something weird is going on.
Yeah. And especially when she sees the little boy again.
Yeah. And yeah, now it's the explanation for everything.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, because Giles and Willow and Xander are discussing all this, and like Billy coming back from the nightmare world and stuff.
Yeah.
And they ask them why is this happening, and the answer is Billy, and they just that was a short explanation.
Yeah.
That's short and normal, and they go through all this astral projection shit, and either Willow or Xander ask, but how? But how?
That's a reasonable
how does
question,
this
right?
actually happen?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a very reasonable question, and Giles just said that's easy when you live on the Hellmouth.
Yeah.
And
That's the end of it. That's your explanation, guys. This is how it is happening.
Yeah.
But what I think is that it was so complicated to explain the whole process
think
that they were just like, nah, we're not going to do
I
this.
think they sort of wrote this thing and like, this is a really cool premise.
Yeah.
But this power is way too complicated. We can't go into how this works because... So they
It's just so much.
wrote Hellmouth. Yeah. That's a really nice cop out. Also, you can use that for anything. Why is this happening? Hellmouth.
Hellmouth, yeah.
Yeah.
It's easy. Yeah. It happens all the time.
Buffy suspects that there's something weird with this kid, right?
Yeah.
And she sees him walk into like the gymnasium.
Yeah.
And of course she follows him and sits down beside him and like, are you Billy Palmer? And he said, yes, I'm Billy. I play baseball. It's bad to lose baseball.
Poor little boy.
And she's just, oh, you're lucky 19. And he's just, yes, that's what he calls me.
This is so creepy.
He's here! And, it's just,
And what he does, it's so crazy because he comes behind Buffy with this huge club
hand
thing. And he's just like
I really think it's his arm.
I think he holds it,
Okay.
but we need to check it. And he's like he's punching her so hard in the back of her head.
Yeah.
And she, of course, fell down, but then she's up. And I think this is so crazy because, again, you know, all the times that normal people had just hit her in the head and she's like, but,
Yeah.
you know, and this is like a guy that she later will say he's too strong, I can't fight him.
Yeah.
But he can hit her with all his force in the back of her head
Yeah.
and she can fall down and just like, yeah, here I am.
But the thing is, there's difference between being able to fight him and just take a lot of punishments. So I guess she can't take his punishments, she just can't beat him.
Yeah, right.
But she
that's
can
true.
get beaten.
Yeah.
She's very good at getting beaten.
Yeah, she's so good at it. Yeah.
Right. And while this is happening, Giles and Willow and Xander just run out of the library to fix these things, and they just, it's better if you split up. Yes, good idea. And Xander and Giles just go over to each other.
And Willow was like, but is it safe?
Better.
Yeah.
So this sort of sets up everyone going into their own nightmare.
Yeah.
Because everyone gets their nightmare now.
I love their nightmares. Especially Sanders, because
Sanders
it's not a complete nightmare because
I like
he has
Cordelia's nightmare.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's the best one.
Cordelia is a great nightmare because you just see her open her locker and see herself in the mirror, and she has the worst hair.
Yeah, she has a really bad hair day.
Yeah, and that's the worst thing that can happen to Cordelia.
Yeah, and what
is having
she
bad
tries
hair.
to comb her hair, and her comb it breaks because the hair is so bad.
Yeah,
yeah,
and later she's just dragged through the school by nerds.
Yeah, into the chess club room.
Yes, she's apparently now a nerd with bad hair and terrible clothes that's in the chess club.
Yeah, because she has like a white blouse and a sort of like a belt and a long green ugly skirt,
Terrible
and
skirt.
she looks horrible. And she's
Yeah.
like, no. And she's like taken into the chess club room.
Yeah.
And that is the worst thing that could happen to her. She has a really good life. If that's the worst,
she really has.
that's really the worst thing that could ever happen.
It's to be a nerd in the chess club.
Yeah, and play chess and be like. I mean, we have a Norwegian chess celebrity, Magnus Carlsen.
Yeah, he's the world's greatest chess player.
Yeah, and he was that when he was like 15 or something.
Yeah.
And he actually got to do like a commercial with Liv Taylor.
Yeah.
For
he's actually been in more. Yeah, that was for Diesel Jeans thing. Was that?
No, it was.
It was some
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
But he has actually been in several, like fairly high profile advertisement.
Yeah.
Things.
So I think like Cordelia should be happy. This is the
She
start
has
of
to
her
be the
model
best
career.
in the world, though.
Yeah, and she will never be that. No.
I mean, probably not. Maybe that's her nightmare.
Yeah.
To be the best in the world at something she hates.
Yeah.
That would be great. Maybe just this nightmare thing doesn't last long enough. If it had lasted like a couple of years,
Yeah.
she would be the world chess champion.
Yeah, and she will be there with Liv Taylor and
it.
just like, yeah, with the hair and yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So Sanders' nightmare is also really good.
Yeah. Oh my God. Because he finds chocolate and more chocolate and more chocolate, like
I know, yeah, chocolate's
a
like
trail.
Trail of chocolate, but
Yeah.
I know this is like a Hansel and Gretel thing,
Yeah.
right? Like the follow the candy trail. The only thing I think about is the Family Guy thing.
Okay.
When they lure James Woods into a trap by doing a trail of candy, and he's just, ooh, piece of candy. 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 And that's really, really funny. And Sander basically does the same thing.
It must be my lucky day.
Chocolate.
Chocolate.
Oh,
Ooh,
more
another.
chocolate. Oh, this must be my lucky day. Chocolate.
Yeah, and it's like it's plastic curtains like all over the place.
Yeah,
And
he must be in some place at the school that they're doing like renovations or something.
yeah, but that has to be a dream thing too, because the whole
I mean,
school is
sure, everything is like nightmare-y now.
And but what's happening is that he follows the trail of chocolate.
Yeah.
And then he finds like a hurricane, something.
Chocolate hurricane.
Chocolate hurricane. And then he remembers.
It's his favorite chocolate bar, but he hasn't found one since his sixth birthday.
And then it's like, oh shit.
He gets attacked by a clown because he had the worst birthday clown. And this clown looks like some sort of crossing between Pennywise from It
Yeah.
and Michael Myers from Halloween, because he has that knife.
Yeah, he has a knife
He's sort of like a mashup of two of the most scary horror movie monsters, right?
That is a really bad clown to have in a six.
I also don't really like
first.
clowns, so
I don't really have a problem with clowns. You know what I have most problem with is, you remember in New York how scared I was on Times Square?
Right. That old lady.
Yeah, you know, no, not that old, but that is too terrifying. But to think about. But I was thinking about all those people that wear those completely covering animal costumes and like Disney costumes, because you don't know who's inside.
No,
it could be.
Could be anyone.
Yeah, anyone.
Also, they're creepy as shit.
Yeah, and you remember how freaked out I was because they were everywhere.
That.
So that I think is a lot scarier than a clown. But anyways.
Sure. Yeah, and that clown comes like with his laugh, and he has this laugh, that kind of laugh.
Yeah, really annoying.
You can use that laugh to cut steel.
Yeah,
it's insane. So he just run away, and then we get Willow's nightmare.
Yeah, and that one I like, because she's suddenly in like a dressing room.
Yeah, she
backstage.
walks down in the basement alone, and then someone just grabs her, and then she's backstage at an opera where she's the soprano.
Yeah, she's like the headliner of the show.
Because she said earlier that she doesn't like people watching her, and she doesn't like to be the center of attention and stuff.
Yeah.
And now she's presented as the world's greatest soprano.
Oh my God.
And has to go out on stage and sing Puccini.
And she's dressed up in a kimono-ish thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In front of like the worst crowd. They actually say that it's a terrible crowd.
Yeah,
today.
yeah.
You have to do your best. And she's just pushed out to the stage. And like by her side, there's some big tenor guy who sings. And actually, what they're singing is Madame Butterfly by Puccini.
Yeah.
That's why she has that thing. And he starts to sing, and it's really good. Like he's an actual opera tenor. And she's just...
Yeah, and he stops and like looks at her, and she doesn't move and doesn't sing or anything. And then he starts singing again to try to save the situation. And then he looks at her again, and she's like...
And everyone's just boo, boo. Actually... Alison Hannigan, plays Willow, has the best I'm shit scared of being the center of attention face.
I know, she's so good.
That's an amazing face. Also, I took some time to read some of the trivia about this episode.
Yeah.
There's apparently some kind of hint as to Willow maybe being a witch hidden in the song they are singing in this thing.
Okay.
Because apparently translated, what he sings to her is "Child from whose eyes the witchery is shining."
Whoa.
Right. Now, that could be a coincidence.
Yeah.
Or they had planned this whole thing really well from the beginning.
Yeah.
I am kind of partial to the second one. I think they actually planned this out. Like in the broad strokes, like Buffy is this and this is going to be her shit, and Willow is this and she's going to be a witch at some time.
Yeah.
Also maybe gay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they probably did. I mean, because I think that they realized at some point that, okay, Buffy has the superpowers and she has these sidekicks, but it would be fun to give the sidekicks a little bit of
more
power.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there are like tiny little hints of this witchcraft thing, like with the witch with Amy and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
There are subtle hints about Willow being into this and having powers and are able to do stuff. So yeah, they planned this out, but that's a fucking obscure hint.
Yeah. Who would understand that?
In a bit of a
Except you.
in a bit of a throwaway scene in an opera song in Italian, they hide something that could be. I really like this song.
Yeah.
I really, really, really like it. While they're all having those nightmares,
Yeah.
Buffy and Billy is running around, and they come across like a baseball field. And he's, play baseball. It's bad when you lose baseball. He said it was my fault. It was all my fault.
He missed one ball.
I missed the ball, and he said it was my fault. And I was very mad. And Buffy's like, you missed one ball, and everything's your fault?
Yeah, it's 8 other players.
There's a whole game. Other players. It can't be just your fault. And he said that it was my fault. The ugly man. And then the ugly man. He calls him. Have you said that we calls him the ugly man?
I don't think we said it, but he does.
The monster is called the ugly man. It's a very, very apt description.
Did you say the master is called the ugly man?
No, the monster.
Yeah,
is called the ugly man.
I'm just checking.
The master.
Yeah.
He's fairly ugly, though.
He's so ugly.
Would be a fair.
He's more ugly,
description.
but also that what he said, Billy said that if we hide, he comes.
Yeah.
That's the way to find him.
Yes.
It's to hide.
Yeah. So so he surprises them there when they're on the baseball field, and he's just across the street and having knocked some person out.
Yeah.
Just some innocent bystander. It's just.
That's what they call like wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah. It really, really is.
Yeah.
Unmotivated violence is not cool, kids.
No, don't do that.
Don't be the ugly man.
Because then you will be so ugly.
Yeah, that's the worst thing.
Yeah,
You will be
that's-
ugly. Nobody wants to be ugly.
No. And what they see is that they see like they just run out from the because they were sort of like where were they? They were
Yeah,
hiding under something.
Like, that's the thing I was talking about by this power just
Yeah.
changing the physical world of
Yeah.
things. Because when they ran out to the baseball field, Buffy says, "Oh, I really thought this led to the library." So they run into some place, but end up someplace completely
Yeah.
different. And when they run from this guy now, they just run into a graveyard
Yeah.
at nighttime.
Yeah.
And the master is there. He's just standing like upon like a gravestone, and it's just hello.
Hi there, kids.
I'm here, and
Yeah.
says, I'm here because you fear me being here.
Yeah, and that's why you make it possible for me to be here because
Yeah.
she said like, aren't you trapped on the ground? How can you be here? And
Yeah.
it's like, it's because of you.
Because of you, because
Yeah.
you fear me, and that made this real. This is actually the first time the master and Buffy meet face to face.
Yeah.
And well, they do that in like a nightmare thing.
Yeah.
So I guess you can debate if it's real or not. But actually, physically meet face
Yeah.
to face. That is this.
Yeah.
And Buffy really fears him, and he takes her by the neck and throws her down in the grave.
Yeah, because there's an open grave. They find an open grave.
Yeah.
And they don't know who's going to be buried there. And we get the answer to that because that's
It's
Buffy.
And she's buried alive.
Yeah.
He buries her alive, and then presumably just after and just leaves.
Yeah.
Because she's buried alive now.
And then we have like the Scooby Gang. They're all they find each other.
They find each other because Sander runs from this clown, and Willow like backs out of a door with people throwing things. at her.
Maybe throwing a snowball
It
or
looks
some
like a snowball.
food thing.
But why would
I
you
go
be-
for food thing.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Because why would you bring snow to the opera?
I know. It's really weird.
It's just.
But it's a nightmare,
it's probably
though,
like
so-
an egg or a tomato or something on the left.
Yeah, or something with wet bread that's bleh, all over the
Why
place.
would
but
you bring wet bread?
to throw on awful opera singers, I don't know. You have to be prepared. But okay,
Sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
But when Giles comes and they all find each other, and this is hilarious what happens now because the clown comes to attack them.
Yeah.
And then, Sander, he's like, you know what? You are the worst clown. And he's like just knocks the
Yeah.
clown down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One punch and it's out.
Yeah, because Sander is kind of fit in this episode.
Yeah, he
and
actually has another nightmare earlier that we didn't mention, which is that you show up to school just wearing your underwear.
Yeah.
And he's just...
Yeah, he's in the
and we-
classroom and he's just like...
And we see him, and... I mean, he's not bad.
No.
His body isn't...
I mean, if you think like...
It's actually pretty good.
if you think about this, a high school kid, he doesn't...
That's a well-developed high school body.
Yeah.
That might have sounded creepy, but it really, really is. Oh, well, you should never be in the place where you actually use the sentence a well-developed high school body. And, like, that's super terrible.
Yeah, that is. Okay.
I mean, yeah, but they meet outside the school after all this punching. And we have to find Buffy. We have to wake Billy, because if he wakes up from his coma, Giles thinks that this will all go away.
Yeah.
And they have to do it, but they have to have Buffy with them.
Yeah.
They all agree there. But where could she be? And then they just look around, and Willow's just... When did they put in a cemetery right across the street from the school?
And it's
And
night.
why is it night there?
Yeah. And now I just have to mention that the whole school, it's chaotic.
Yeah, it's chaos everywhere.
Yeah.
Actually, tiny detail, which I like a lot, is that in the beginning of the episode, Sander says that he's not afraid of spiders. He would be more creeped out if like Nazis were crawling on his face. And then later, when he goes to eat chocolate, there's swastikas on the wall.
Yeah.
So apparently there's also Nazis in this.
We don't get to see them though, but they're
But yeah, apparently Sander's Nazi nightmare came true.
Yeah. The Nazi clown.
Oh shit!
There we have it.
So it's a cross of Pennywise from It. It's Michael Myers from Halloween.
And Adolf Hitler.
And Hitler. My God, we should write this down. We have to write the screenplay now.
Yeah. That is like the...
Oh, we can pitch it to Tommy Wirkola.
Yeah.
He made Dead Snow, the Norwegian Nazi zombie movie.
Yeah.
He could make Nazi clown movie.
Yeah, but he's, I read in the finance paper here in Norway, which we work with, that he's kind of not in a good place economically right now, so...
He needs a project then.
Yeah, he does. He needs a great project. And what is better than the Pennywise Adolf Hitler? What was the last?
Michael Myers.
Michael Myers clown, killer clown. I mean, that is the best ever.
Hello, is this Tommy Wirkola? I have something to pitch.
Yeah. Well, Tommy Wirkola, if you're watching this episode, contact us because we want to make.
No, Twitter.
Yeah, Twitter.
Tweet me.
Yeah.
Anyway, Willow, Giles, and Sander go to this cemetery.
Yeah.
And the astral projection Billy is apparently gone, and so is the master.
Yeah.
But Sander asks, like, whose nightmare is this?
And Giles says, it's mine.
Because he sees a gravestone that says Buffy Summers.
1981 to
1997.
Yeah.
His worst nightmare, after not being able to read, is that Buffy dies.
Yeah.
And that she dies because he didn't do a good enough job. Because he feels he didn't do a good enough job.
Yeah.
He lets her do too much too quickly. He should have been more careful. He should have taught her more. He should be stricter and not let her just go and do stuff.
And he says something about she's being so wonderful and with all the evil in the world.
Yeah.
It was too much.
You were so talented and the evil was so great. And he feels like he's failed.
Yeah.
As a watcher and probably like as a human being, basically. Yeah. This was his true purpose in life, and he failed.
Yeah.
And so he kneels down at this grave and just sort of lays his hand upon this grave. Yeah. And then a hand just comes up from the grave and just grabs his hand. And it's Buffy. Like crawling out of this grave
with her vampire face on, because she's now a vampire now, and she's such a cute vampire.
she kind of is a cute vampire.
Yeah,
it's a little weird.
Am I a vampire? Oh.
Yeah, because she's just, and she doesn't seem to feel it because Willow has to say to her face. Yeah, and she's just oh. Shit. I guess.
I'm a vampire.
This is also the first time, I think, in the series that we see one of the Scooby Gang as vampires.
Yeah, I think so too.
We will see more of them later.
Yeah.
And we don't count Angel as part of the Scooby Gang, right?
No, we don't. He's the lava.
He's the lava.
The lava.
The lava.
Yeah, he's not the Scooby.
No.
He's like...
No, this is the first time any of the Scooby Gang has been vampirized.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Right.
Yeah,
They have
and
to go and wake.
yeah,
Billy.
they have to go and wake Billy, and Buffy's like, "Yeah, we need to hurry because I'm getting hungry."
And Xander says, "That's a joke, right?" And they go to the hospital, and the hospital is it's just chaos.
Yeah,
Everyone, I think I saw a zombie in the background there. I'm not sure. But maybe.
yeah,
But
Probably.
everyone's just running around and everything's terrible, and they bump into like the doctor.
yeah. And he's like, "My head,
But
my head,"
his hands just
because
my
he's just like a
hands,
surgeon, you know.
my hands.
Yeah,
Just walks away, and they just run to Billy's room, and he's there, and that room is not chaotic. There's nobody there.
no.
And Giles tries to waking by basically just, hello,
Hello, Billy.
wake
Billy,
up,
wake up,
Billy,
Billy. Wakey.
And then Astral Billy is just,
That
that's
one?
not gonna work.
No.
And while they try this, Buffy's like out in the hall, and the ugly man is down there, and he's just, oh, we face the. You have to face your nightmares to like overcome them, and then they go, right. Let's fight the ugly man.
Yeah.
So she steps out, and he's just he doesn't actually say anything except for Lucky 19.
No, it's like Lucky 19.
But he
Lucky
has
19.
the grunts that.
And
Buffy sort of talks to him while he answers in.
yeah,
So-
I wonder if they're actually having a conversation, if she can understand him now she's a monster too.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Because apparently, since she's a vampire, she can fight him now.
Yeah, but that I think is so strange because the Slayer is stronger than vampires.
But maybe it stacks, right?
Yeah.
So she has like Slayer strength, and then she gets vampire strength.
Maybe, but I didn't think it worked like that. I know you can keep certain skills, like if you were like a kung fu champion and you're becoming a vampire,
Yeah.
then you are a vampire with the kung fu skills.
So at least she's a vampire with Slayer training.
Yeah, that's right. But that shouldn't be better, but with
It really shouldn't. Anyway,
yeah.
she does have the power to fight him now, because she like steps out and you're scary, but there are much more scary things in the world than you.
Yeah.
Me.
Yeah.
And then one of them's me or something. And that's really cool. I like that a lot.
Me too.
And-
And she attacks him.
Yeah, and she. And this is why I think that bat arm thing, or club arm, is his actual arm, because she seems to like break it,
Yeah.
and then he just flops on the floor.
Yeah, and then she hits his head in the wall.
Yeah, and he's just. And
then he's
he
like,
just collapses and just like sits up against the wall, and it's just like,
I think he's almost dead.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or he's like a nightmare creature, so I don't know if dead is
the
a
right
thing.
No.
But they know that Billy is the one who has to like end this.
Yeah.
So he goes up to him, and he rips his face off.
Yeah. Because Buffy says like Billy, you have to confront him.
Yeah.
He won't go away if you don't
No.
if you doesn't
And it's
confront him.
probably it's not it's symbolic, right? His taking off the masks that to look inside at what the nightmare really is, right?
Yeah.
But to me, it just looks like he rips his face off, and the light, and it's just a blinding light comes out of his face hole.
Yeah.
It seems really weird.
Yeah,
but the symbolism is actually really nice.
Yeah.
Look into your nightmares and figure out what they really are, and then you can like fight them.
Yeah.
So he wakes up.
Yeah, and everything is as normal.
Yeah.
Buffy doesn't wear her vampire face anymore.
Yeah. Willow isn't an opera singer.
No, and Xander
Nobody's
isn't.
dead. The world isn't full of bees.
Yeah, because we saw giant bees
Yeah.
outside the window.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it would be great though if the world were full of bees because they're dying out.
Yeah, but the thing, okay, we can do a bee. Should we do a bee thing?
No, we can just.
Because I can do a bee thing. I have my head is
You
so
have
full of
much knowledge.
useless knowledge.
You have so much knowledge about the bees.
Sensei.
Sensei.
Yes.
Sensei.
Yeah. And anyway, this guy comes and shows up.
Yeah.
And he has like flowers or something, and it's just I'm his like baseball coach in this child league. I'm his baseball coach, and he's my lucky 19. And everyone's just
At least Buffy understands it. I don't know if the other ones do because they don't know the story.
I also meant everyone, as in also the audience now.
Oh yeah, okay. So that's what happened. Yeah.
So Buffy just steps away and just he's awake, and this coach guy is just terrified out of his mind because he hoped that he would never wake up, because what has actually happened is that he, the coach of a kiddie league baseball team, was so angry about losing one game, and he blamed one child for not catching one ball, that he beat him until he was in a coma. That's fucked up.
That's
really fucked up.
That's so evil.
Yeah.
He's the most evil person in this.
Master,
the master. Yeah, that's true. But it's just he's a big villain, you know. Think about doing
really
something
is.
like that. It's
Oh, that's terrible.
But he gets.
There's so much dark shit in Buffy.
It is.
I think that's why it's so good, because it doesn't shy away from doing really difficult subject matter.
No, it doesn't. It really but there's so much I didn't, think about before.
Yeah.
When I was younger.
Yeah,
But
when you watch this like as a teenager, you get some of the stuff, and when you watch it like in your 20-somethings, you get some of the stuff. And we're in our 30s now, so we get other kind of stuff, and we see it with different eyes, and we have different baggage and stuff, and that's a sign of a good show, because I've seen shows that I liked as a kid that are terrible now, and things that I didn't like as a kid but are good now. But this is a show that can work all ages.
Because you will always see new things in it. Or discover new things, new sides. It will always, and that is a great show that you can hold up. Yeah,
and it's very cleverly written most of the time.
Yeah.
While it makes things sort of clear, what their intentions are pretty clear. They don't come out and say it like all the time. They don't come out and say that this episode is about facing your nightmares and also violence against children, right?
Yeah, and bad dads.
Yeah,
and problems with divorce.
But everything is told so well during like the conversations and stuff that you get everything.
Yeah.
Or you get enough, and then you watch it again, and you get
more,
even more and more and more. That's why you should watch Buffy all the time.
Yeah, again and again and again and again
and again and again.
Yes.
Apparently, this coach ends behind bars. They say so, that is in prison. So that's good.
Yeah, that's really good, and he deserves it. Think about doing something like that to one little kid, and think about taking sports that serious.
Yeah,
that you would do something like that.
Yeah, like Sanders says later. You have not played kiddie baseball, have you? Or, like child sports. I'm surprised it wasn't one of the parents, and I used to do sports when I was a kid, Like I was a competitive swimmer when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And I didn't really notice much because I was just like swimming around and having fun. But my mom the other parents are crazy.
Yeah.
They shout their kids down and they're so angry and everything is terrible and I don't understand. That could be why I'm not such a great swimmer though. but still. So yeah, that's also a point that they're sort of just in one sentence in the end here making is that parents take their kids' sports way too seriously.
Yeah.
Or grown-ups take kids' sports way too seriously, and the consequences of that can actually be pretty gruesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then they end on a joke about
actually, they end with
Xander being sexually attracted to Vampire Buffy.
Yeah, but that's not the end because something more important happened.
Yeah, that's
because
true.
Buffy's dad comes to pick her up.
Yeah.
And he's so happy to see her, and he hugs her,
Yeah.
and he's there's my girl, and everything's fine
it's so
again.
Nice.
Yeah, and
Her
then
dad loves her, and then the joke about Xander loving Vampire Buffy.
yeah, because he did, I think.
Of course he did.
Yeah, he will always love her.
Not only will he always be attracted to Buffy, because that's just who he is, she was also a pretty cute vampire.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Yeah, but she was the cutest.
Aww.
Okay, so
Yeah, that has been the Watchers Watch. I am Sandra.
I am Yvonne.
If you want to get a hold of us, this is our Twitter and our Instagram and our Facebook. Do give us your opinions. We'll be like...
We appreciate it.
Yeah, we really do. We'll try to do a more structured thing for the workflow of this podcast because the summer kind of fucked us.
Yeah, it did. It totally did.
Yeah.
It was like new jobs. It was crazy
It was new jobs. It was
heat.
the crazy heat. I actually got an air conditioner, so that's great.
I didn't, so
So that's not great.
no.
And people were on vacation and stuff. So yeah, we'll try to get this out on a more regular basis.
Yes.
Maybe 2 weeks. No, you're on vacation.
Yeah, I have my vacation now, but yeah.
We'll figure something out. We'll be back pretty soon, and then we get to the end game of the first season, the last 2 episodes.
Ooh.
Those are real great.
Yeah,
Also,
don't miss those.
Really traumatizing.
Yeah,
Sort of, kind of.
sort of.
Somebody really important dies.
Yeah.
At least one really important person dies.
Yeah, for a while. For a very short while.
Death isn't really final in the Buffyverse. No.
No, it's you can wake up like that. It's just no
Sure.
problem.
So join us for that. That will be fun.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.